If John Lester's able to fade a run here, considering how the inning started with the Aguilar double and then the infield single by Grandal, that would be something rather spectacular. Runner at third with nobody out, and the conventional wisdom is assume that guy's going to score. Gamble into left center field. Almora's there to put it away. Cubs defense on display. Runners at the corners, and Milwaukee's unable to score in the sixth.
You put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you put your right arm in, and then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about.
This happens all the time. I'll help take care of it.
No, I'll take care of it.
What's that?
The budget insurance companies are building these cheap knockoff robots to compete with us.
How may I assist you, fine gentleman?
Looks really freaky.
One thing is certain, these bots don't have the compassion of a real State Farm agent.
I have compassion.
Chill, we cool.
I am so sorry for your automobile.
Pringles Wavy, with a big new crunch and totally different flavors. They're not really Pringles. Just like that's not really Daddy.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
New Pringles Wavy. They're not Pringles.
Now I'm ready to go. Here comes Muhammad Ali. I hear a man so fast, slow motion cameras can't detect the speed.
I'm the boldest, most creative, greatest fighter of all time.
I'm so bad I make medicine sick.
I was born for everything that I'm doing now.
Hold my pouch.
Trust us. Us kids are ready to take things into our own hands. Don't think so? Hold my pouch.
Take the field with your ultimate MLB squad in RBI Baseball. RBI 19 delivers a genuine MLB experience with the ability to manage your MLB franchise across multiple seasons, official uniforms, and hundreds of new animations. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. I'm not sure that's a rated E for everyone group, but they're having a good time anyway. Enjoy. That light rain still a falling as Kyle Schwarber digs in the sixth inning. Schwarber, Bodie, and Descalso, both starters, still in the mix. Not one, but two terrific defensive plays by the Cubs in the top of the inning, allowing John Lester to keep his one-run lead. Schwarber hitless tonight. In fact, there's only been one hit in the bottom half of the Cubs lineup tonight. All the damage coming between Bryant and Baez. Only one of the two runs against Chacín is earned tonight. Guy who was so good for the Brewers all year in 2018 and great down the stretch. He started in the wild card entry game, the game 163 game here at Wrigley between these two teams in October. Didn't factor in the decision, and the Brewers 3-1 win, allowing them to win the division. Full count.
The difference for him in the back end of his career, I mean, literally the last 2 years, 3 years, has been how he's understood his slider. Being able to take that pitch and go from 16% usage to almost 50%. He'll throw it more than his fastball.
You know, the bounce back year that he had last season came on the heels of a 5-year stretch when he pitched for 5 different teams and looked like a guy in his age 30 season that was closer to the end than the beginning. But the Brewers have allowed him to click into another gear. Grandal doesn't see it.
Oh,
and it's Aguilar. Does a Ricky Henderson snatch catch with it.
That's with the rain coming down in their eyes. We talked about the wind. We saw Kyle Schwarber earlier have a hard time with the fly ball. Grandal immediately saying he's lost it. Chacin runs into him, and Aguilar comes in and just barely hangs on. We see the rain coming down. That's right into their eyes as well. I thought that was dropping in as soon as Grandal threw up his arms.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he should have been the guy going to catch that one anyway.
And then Chacin gave him a body check.
Yeah, they run into each other.
Here's David Bodie now with one away.
So today has really raised some questions for me about official scoring protocol. Why is it that if you lose a ball in the sun, the hitter gets a triple or a double, but on a day like today, you lose a ball like that, you get an error? Are you kidding me?
So we talked about Javi Baez and the great play on the back end, but on the front end, I want you to focus on Aguilar's footwork or lack thereof. Focus on this last inning right here. It should be 1, 2, 3, and as the ball's hit, you should have momentum going in. Look at the flat foot. Flat-footed completely, then has to get started as a shortstop. You see that, and it's just an easy out when it should be 2-2. Instead, it's 2-1.
Alex, that's a big boy, too. If you're going to stop all that momentum and then try to get it going, it's one thing if you're the speed of Javier Baez or the speed of any of the faster runners, but when you're Jesus Aguilar, you need that momentum, and you pointed it out. He was at a standstill.
It's a difference between good and great, and these are the kind of games you need to win in the postseason. It's all about the small things and the nuances. Coaching, coaching, coaching. It's not just analytics. You got to coach a little bit, and you got to play the game.
Daniel Descalso hitless tonight. Descalso became a Cub this offseason, signing a 2-year deal. He's the only active position player that wasn't with the team last season. This is, for the most part, the same group that had such a great regular season run in 2018 before hitting an offensive wall the final month of the season. It's been a big start for Chacin on a number of fronts. He has been allowed to navigate through the Cubs lineup for a 3rd time. Some of that born of necessity with all the bullpen usage from the extra innings game yesterday, but the Brewers are rather reluctant to allow their starters a 3rd pass through in the lineup. It's been the case for the past couple of years as Descalso takes a strike.
I mean, Matt, he has 89 pitches, 52 sliders, and 3 splits. 52 sliders.
But remember that slider, I mean, it'll look like a curveball at 76 miles an hour. He'll throw it at 84, 85, have more of that slider, even cutter action to it. I mean, that one pitch he has used tonight is 4 different pitches. And even different arm slots.
Ball and 2 strikes to Descalso. Let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Matt, reigning AL Cy Young winner Blake Snell was cruising today for the Rays against the Yankees. 10 strikeouts through 4 innings. He retired the first 2 in the 5th inning, but then came bumpy water. Michael Tauchman just missed a dinger, settled for an RBI double. The Yanks got 7 innings of 1-run ball from Masahiro Tanaka in a 7-1 win. They're a half game back atop the East.
Yeah, you know, the headlines on that one, Kevin, are interesting because you see that the final strikeout total for Snell was 12 in fewer than 6 innings. Tanaka outpitched him, got the win. But you're hearing more about the guy with the punch-out totals because that's the sexy eye candy in baseball.
Well, sometimes the strikeouts is your biggest curse because of the pitch count. It doesn't allow you to get into the 6th, 7th, 8th inning. Tanaka, efficient.
Just over 90, 91 exactly is the pitch count of Yuli Chassin. And just to close the thought on that earlier note, the Brewers' reluctance to allowing starters going through the lineup a 3rd time. Last year, it happened only 660 times, and that's kind of a weird number to contextualize. But think of it this way. When the Brewers won their only pennant in '82, starters faced the lineup a 3rd time through twice as often. Over 1,200 times.
Jeez.
Speaks to the way Brewers baseball has changed, but it's really a league-wide dynamic.
Well, the fact that the starter tomorrow could be a bullpen arm for Craig Counsell.
They were still unclear as to who would open that series in Philly tomorrow night. Descalso hanging around on 2 strikes.
Guys, a really interesting decision potentially looms here for the Cubs because you got Descalso in the 7th spot, then Almora after him, then John Lester, and you wonder what Joe Madden values most. Another potential inning out of Lester, who's been, you know, he was in and out of the dugout a little bit, waiting to pitch, or do you just say, you know what, with an opportunity to blow the game open, we get a couple guys on base, what do you do?
Well, I know what I'd do, but I don't think America cares what I would do. I'm curious what you would do, Alex.
You know, especially with yesterday's ball game, I would go 1 more inning with Lester.
Lester's had the 1 long inning tonight. Descalso bounces it to Aguilar, who gets the lead runner. Relay back to first. They double him up. These 2 teams combined for 10 double plays yesterday. A handful more tonight to keep it 2-1 Chicago.
5 more people.
Let's go! At ease, Maddie. USAA Bank is here to help. Bring in the burgers, buns, and beans ASAP. We don't charge monthly service fees, so you have
more money for your barbecue. And maybe some dessert?
Roger. All systems go on the cookie cake.
USAA Bank helps you save a little more money for when it matters. Find help at every turn with USAA Bank.
You stumbled upon an opportunity. There's a cave nearby, and in it, a simple oil lamp. Your life begins now, Aladdin.
Rated PG, May 24th.
Looking to make your SUV's blind spots less blind? Well, look no further than the Hyundai Tucson with available blind spot collision warning. It sees things you might not and alerts you to avoid a collision. Knock, knock. The Tucson, one of Hyundai's 10 IIHS top safety picks. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the award-winning Tucson, Kona, and Santa Fe. Only from Hyundai.
No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Let's go Mets.
Rivalries are tough.
Go Nats! That's not what this says.
Saving money with Geico
What is?
is easy. Geico, proud partner of MLB.
Be the first to stream 4K beautifully for the first time ever. Be first to real time with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S10 5G on Verizon.
ESPN's telecast of Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell is brought to you by TD Ameritrade. It would appear that Ulyss Chassin's evening has come to a close. A good night for him, though he does exit trailing by a run.
I mentioned the different sliders that he can throw and his capability. Two things, the velocity difference and the shape that he will vary on the very same pitch. 76 miles an hour to 82 miles an hour. Watch the shape. Sometimes it'll be more like a curveball with a hump. Other times more like a slider or even a cutter. The way that he uses that pitch to both righties and lefties, that last one backing up and going into the hands of a right-handed batter. This is why Chassin is able to throw that pitch so much. 94 pitches tonight, 54 of them sliders, guys.
Again, he exits on the bad end of a 2-1 score, but really threw the ball effectively tonight. So back to work goes John Lester for a 7th inning tonight. And in the 7th, he'll get Orlando Arcia, who's been something of a problem. Then the pitcher's spot, and then Lorenzo Cain.
You know, when you think about, go ahead, Manny. When you think about John Lester, I mean, he is not the guy that I faced my entire career where he was a power four-seamer in, cutter in, just like that. Now he is a complete pitcher, the definition of a pitcher, where he can throw any pitch, any count, actually pitch to a scouting report and attack the hitter's weakness. He is everything that Clayton Kershaw is trying to be today.
Lester a little bit older, but two of the most decorated in the sport, both in similar service time.
Well, and Alex, to your point too, I think what Lester does so well, of so many things we talked about, is you watch Contreras behind the plate and watch the consistency of Lester being able to hit his glove.
Arcia to left, and there's one away. And the Brewers will send up a pinch hitter. Ryan Braun was unable to start because of a hamstring injury. He will be used off the bench tonight.
And that's not easy to do. Buster, I know you talked to him earlier too, but what he's able to do with his mechanics, the most consistent pitcher in the game because of how he's able to repeat where he releases the ball.
He talked about the instruction he got starting at age 16, the minor league coaches, and then working with Josh Beckett, his former teammate with the Red Sox, who really reinforced the idea for him of using the lines on the field when he was playing catch or tinkering with his delivery, of staying on line. And it's helped him have arguably the most consistent delivery in baseball in the last half of a decade.
There is actually a way to measure that as well, because as we know, a pitcher's ability to repeat delivery and mechanics, the same release spot, is considered one of the most important traits of greatness. And John Lester, since 2015, is repeatedly ranked #1 in Major League Baseball in average release distance between pitches. Simply put, it's the variance out of which the ball comes from his hand.
And he doesn't vary more than an inch. And think about that. And Alex, you know this as a hitter. We talk about deception in so many different ways. A lot of times it's a Josh Hader, you know, being able to throw a pitch because he's hiding it and you can't see it in their body movement. For John Lester, you can't tell as a hitter what the difference in a pitch, because all of them come out of the same slot. And we're talking only an inch or so. The average in baseball is 4 to 5 inches. of different slots that pitchers will throw, and see how he's able to hide it behind his head, but also that same release, whether it's a cutter, whether it's a fastball, whether it's a sinker, whether it's a changeup, a curveball, doesn't matter. It's looking the same.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Braun.
You think about some of the great pitchers of the game, Tom Seaver, Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan, all very consistent with their delivery. For me, that talks a lot about the health and the consistency for John Lester. 8 seasons with more than 200 innings.
LeBron just gets a piece of that fastball to foul it back. Bullpen's hot. Brandon Kinsler's ready to go.
It's funny because John Lester, we just showed the replay of more of that low home look of John Lester. He's like, that's what I actually like to look at in replays, because I like to see if my mechanics ever, if my shoulder starts to open just the slightest, where hitters can then see the ball sooner than I want them to. And so he'll actually go back and get the look, which is more the hitter's perspective. This is what he wants. This low home look where you can see that front shoulder. See how it stays closed, where the ball is, behind his head, behind his body. Same release, 3 different pitches.
The next 2-2 to Braun. Bounce to shortstop. Baez has got it. And whenever the Cubs retire Ryan Braun, it is met with applause and cheers. He is among the villains in Cubs Nation, in part because he wears out the Cubs. He's had some big nights here at Wrigley Field. So 2 gone now as the pinch hitters retired, and back to Lorenzo Cain, who has singled and struck out twice. Lester just misses. It's 2-0.
$112 pitches. Something kind of foreign in today's game.
To 3 balls and no strikes now, with Yelich due up next.
Now, would John Lester be out there had they not gone 15 innings last night? Maybe not. We don't know. But the bullpen has been taxed without a doubt. And so this is where John Lester, his team needs him this extra inning. Every one of these pitches is helping.
His biggest pitch count of the year, and it gets a little higher still as he loses Cain on 4 straight. So that'll bring up Christian Yelich, who earlier tonight was talking about the long one yesterday with Wilson Contreras.
Yeah. Are you back in there after 15 yesterday?
I'm ready to go today.
I like it. What's up, buddy? Hey, try something other than the rollover this time. What's up? A little bit. Not as good as yours, though.
This will be John Lester's last hitter. The right-hander should be up for Aguilar, but you love to see these great players wired because they have such great personalities. You see LeBron James do it in the finals, game 1, game 2. You love Major League Baseball players to start showing their personality and for us to highlight it.
And Alex, we're getting it more and more. I mean, just think a few years ago it was unheard of, and the fact that more and more players are doing it, and you get the MVP to just take us inside, right? What are they doing in the dugout? It's raining. What's his conversations like with the catcher?
Yelich just 1 for 11 in the series. Make it 2 for 12 as he fights off a base hit back up the middle. Cain's going to try for 3rd. He'll get there without a play, and here come the Brewers with 2 away in the 7th.
That should be it for Lester. I would expect Madden to do a little double switch right here. Should be going to the umpire here. Sorry.
Yeah, here comes Cubs skipper. He is doing just that. So that's going to be all for John Lester. 116 pitches into his night. Again, his biggest workload of the year, and you can see John shaking his head. He would have loved to have finished off the 7th. The 2-out walk and the single will force the Cubs into the bullpen here in the 7th inning. Jesus Aguilar had some dangerous swings against Lester tonight, so it becomes a pretty easy choice to go to Brandon Kintzler. The bullpen will try to protect the 1-run lead when we come back.
To create the ultimate all-around mowing experience, don't change one thing, push everything. Maximize muscle without wasting an ounce. Optimize comfort at your top speed. And obsess over performance until the cut is best in class. Find the Ultima for you and receive $100 off for a limited time.
Technology should be simple. Simple to connect with, easy to talk to.
Hey, BMW, where can I park?
And a joy to drive. Don't be driven by technology, drive it. The all-new BMW 3 Series. Hurry in to lease a 2019 BMW 330i xDrive sedan for $429 a month.
Guys, we all get to a stage in our life where we've earned ourselves an upgrade. Age sets in. He's not as hot as he used to be. Should have been sent to the curb a long time ago. Which is why I upgraded.
Here we go.
To a Napoleon grill.
Maybe I deserve the upgrade. Good one, Mom. Yeah. Really, really funny. I thought it was funny.
When the fire goes out in your grilling relationship, upgrade to a Napoleon. Upgrade your grilling game.
We know the adventures of summer will last forever. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, where you can get amazing hot buys on the gear you need in stores and online, like Eclipse hydration packs for only $10, Bass Pro camp chairs for under $10, and save $150 on this Pit Boss pellet grill with free assembly and cover. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to stream live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Cubs double switch. Addison Russell comes on at second base, replacing Daniel Descalso. And the new pitcher trying to keep this a 1-run lead is right-hander Brandon Kintzler.
He's had 17 strikeouts this year to the 3 walks. He's not allowed a run at home in 10 outings. Opponents have had a 161 average against him. Little sinker, changeup, slider.
Jesus Aguilar was on John Lester's cutter tonight to the tune of a RBI single and a double, extending a modest hitting streak to 5 or 6 in a row. And looking to cash in with the tying run 90 feet away and 2 gone here. Into shallow right. Hayward hoping for a play, and it's into the stands. Into the ponchos.
And Lester had a great night here. You'll see a little bit fastballs both sides of the plate. You'll see back-to-back cutters into the righties, away from the lefties, and the overhead curveball. Outstanding job for John Lester.
116 pitches tonight.
Definition of a horse.
2 balls and a strike.
A 3-time world championship horse. Joe Madden simply said, describe how you would describe John Lester. He said stability.
2-2.
Good changeup here. And this could be a running situation here. There's the changeup, overhand, great follow through. Do not fall asleep here on Christian Yelich. He could try to delay steal, and Lorenzo Cain, who's way off at third base, could try to steal a cheap run here.
Kindler may be thinking along those lines as well.
Contreras, who loves to throw, maybe try to use his aggressiveness against him a little bit.
Bigger lead for Yelich this time. There he goes. And a called strike 3 taken by Aguilar. Who wants an explanation? Big punch out for Brandon Kinsler, preserves the lead and strands a pair to the 8th. Still 2-1 Chicago.
Guys, how frustrating is it to find a great pair of jeans? They never have the right color, style, or size. Too tight here, too loose there, too long here. I have the perfect solution for you. M. Taylor Custom Jeans. Stop spending hours trying stuff on. Download the free M. Taylor app on iOS or Android. Standard jeans use just 2 measurements. M. Taylor Custom Jeans use 7 different measurements to give you the perfect fit. Design your own custom jeans for just $79. Choose from hundreds of styles, delivered right to your door. Download the M. Taylor app. M. Taylor measures you digitally and is 20% more accurate than a professional tailor, all from home.
It was so easy to be measured by M. Taylor. It took less than 30 seconds. This is definitely my favorite pair of jeans. They fit perfectly.
To get custom jeans, shirts, or suits, your phone can measure you right now with free shipping and a money-back guarantee at just $79. Get your new favorite pair of jeans today. M. Taylor, available now on the Apple App Store, Android, and mtaylor.com.
You never know what life is going to throw at you. And from this point on, nothing is going to be the same. Raising a kid, it's not easy.
No. This way, buddy. Come on.
Gidget, could you watch Liam?
It's like we're his parents. It's like you're the dad and I'm the mom and we're in a relationship and this is our baby.
Well...
It's exactly like that. Exactly.
The Secret Life of Vets 2. Rated PG.
This is Jerry. Jerry has a membership to this gym, but he's not using it. And he has subscriptions to a music service he doesn't listen to and 5 streaming video services he doesn't watch. This is Jerry learning that he's still paying for this stuff he's not using. He's seeing his recurring payments in Control Tower in the Wells Fargo mobile app. This is Jerry canceling a few things. Booyah. This is Jerry all set to watch the next game. This is Wells Fargo.
Let's take a look at our Geico game track on this Mother's Day in Chicago. 2-1 Cubs to score as we hit the bottom half of the 7th inning. Chicago got the first run of the game in the bottom of the 1st. Brewers pulled even on an RBI single by Jesus Aguilar in the 4th. And then the RBI double by Baez reclaimed the lead for Chicago. John Lester was terrific, as was Ulysse Chacin, by the way. Cubs have played terrific defense tonight. A couple of Brewers errors this evening. And that sets you up for the new pitcher. Right-hander Adrian Hauser takes over on the mound for Milwaukee. Albert Almora Jr., then Addison Russell and Jason Hayward for Chicago.
Adrian Hauser made his first start actually this year on April 22nd. The way that Craig Counsell will utilize these guys both in the bullpen and as starters when needed.
Just off the glove of Perez into right, and it's a base hit for Almora.
Cubs have been doing a nice job here. Fastball away, hits it away. Cubs offense not trying to do too much. Nice hitting here for Almora Jr. Almost.
Just the second time tonight that the Cubs have put their leadoff hitter aboard, and here is Russell. Called up from AAA to make his season debut on Wednesday. Bunting. That's a dandy. That moves Almora into scoring position with 1 gone. Tomorrow on ESPN Plus, Orioles and Yankees kick off a 3-game series at 6:35 Eastern. Start your free trial now by downloading the app or going to ESPNplus.com so you can watch the game anywhere. Yankees surviving 12 strikeouts today by a certain Tampa Bay starter who looks to be rounding into form. Blake Snell was great. But the Yankees scored some late runs and beat him.
I mean, he got some crazy swing and misses. It looked like there was no way the Yankees were scoring.
Good changeup starts Jason Hayward with a swing and a miss.
And the Cubbies 0 for 27 with men in scoring position. 0 for the last 27. Big spot here for Hayward.
Jam shot pop up. And 2 away.
Alex, you love pop-ups so much when you played. On a day like today, how would you handle pop-ups with the rain and the wind and the whole thing?
I would have been in church praying on a Sunday. This is my worst nightmare. I would have told Jeter, "You got me today, big boy."
Did you ever wear the full face mask thing, the bank robber ski mask?
I did a couple times, and I probably made like 2 errors and never wore it again.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He's had a big day, a couple of base hits. He has scored both of Chicago's runs. You know, you mentioned, Alex, how the Cubs are without a hit with a runner in scoring position over their last number of days, and there's the total. That stat runs counter to how frequently they've been getting on base. They lead the National League in on-base percentage, but the lack of that big hit has prevented them from doing more scoring than you'd think. Still, big picture hasn't slowed them down. Winners in 11 of their last 13 at the start of play tonight.
It's just a matter of time. You just keep getting them out there, and these guys are too good, too strong.
Two balls and a strike. Well, that was the same thing that ailed him last year down the stretch when the Brewers caught him and then beat him here in game 163. Cubs lineup just went flat at the end of 2018. And there's something about the Brewers as an opponent that leads to that more often than not. Over the Brewers' last 16 games here, dating back to July of 2017, they've allowed more than 3 runs to the Cubs once. So that's 16 home games here for the Cubs against Milwaukee. And before I can even get that one out of my mouth, Chris Bryant's just hit a 2-run homer.
And Manny, we talked last Sunday about an insignificant at bat, how important it can be, and how it can get a great hitter like Chris Bryant going. And it has. Here's a fastball right down the middle. A sinker that never sunk until it got into the basket in left center field. Short, tight, as Joe Madden says, quiet. And Chris Bryant being the superstar that this Chicago fan base is used to seeing.
5 homers in his last 7+ games. I'd say that grand slam got him going. He is as hot as he's been in the last calendar year.
.22-degree launch angle, 103, almost 104 miles an hour. It didn't get that high in the air. That thing was a line drive, just barely clearing at 385 out there in left center. Right into the basket. You mentioned quiet, Alex. Tell you what, a big body like that. You don't need a lot of moving parts. And I love how he gets so low in his legs to be able to kind of minimize some of that movement. But what Joe Madden was telling us, look how much action he's got on the left side and how that didn't allow him to get on time. Look how quiet his hands, his lower half. It might seem like something subtle, but that is the difference. And Alex, you used the perfect word in quiet. When you have Chris Bryant's strength, you don't need all that extra movement.
Well, the extra movement is not good. Less is more. Quiet equals power. And what happens is it allows you to see it longer, to see it clear, and to stay behind the ball. That's what creates the perfect launch angle. Maddie, I have a feeling that you have about 100 offensive players ordering that new bat with the new handle right about now.
You know, with everything we've seen tonight that's been so spectacular, I vote for a full count to Javi Baez as being the most spectacular thing we've seen tonight. We've seen great defense. We've seen a big home run from Chris Bryant with a funky bat. Terrific pitching from John Lester. But a 7-pitch at bat for Javi Baez.
And if you're a pitcher, Matty, you got to bounce a slider here and dare him not to swing.
Man, Grandal's
What was that
struggling.
pitch?
I don't know, but we just saw Javi Baez take a walk.
This is almost a strike, though.
I think it surprised everyone, including Baez, the umpire, and Grandal. I thought this pitch was right down the middle. Andy Fletcher right again by a hair.
So now Wilson Contreras after the homer and the base on balls.
You just got to love what the Cubs have right here. Every starter today in their 20s, except for Descalso and, of course, John Lester, the pitcher. But 20s all around.
It's something that's talked about so much, Alex, regarding the Cubs. So much of it homegrown. Almora, Bodie, Schwarber, Contreras, Baez, Bryant. All drafted and developed by the Cubs, raised in the system. A ball and a strike to count to Wilson Contreras. And it's kind of ironic that on a night that John Lester starts, Lester, of course, drafted by the Red Sox in 2002. That wasn't that long ago. Lester was taken with the 57th pick in the draft. Pick number 56 belonged to the Cubs that year, who chose an infielder named Brian DePirick, who never got to the big leagues. And if you take away Rich Hill, that was selected by the Cubs that year, the Cubs' first 17 draft picks in 2002 gave them a combined 9 innings of major league service time.
Wow. Is that good?
Contrast that with the way this group drafts and develops, and you have a lot of reasons as to why the Cubs are winning. There's a lot of chatter out there on that ground ball. And a lot of people up out of their seats on one big swing. Biggest lead of the night for Chicago.
Your eyes don't deceive you. This taco is filled with crunchy, melty nachos for just $1. The new $1 loaded nacho taco from Taco Bell's Cravings Value Menu. Value beyond belief.
The Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery.
Lease the 2019 ES 350 for $379 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Pringles Wavy, with a big new crunch and totally different flavors. They're not really Pringles. Just like that's not really Daddy.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
New Pringles Wavy. They're not Pringles.
Ancestry is celebrating all the one-of-a-kind women we call Mom. With an engaging new experience, Ancestry DNA can help her uncover her history to tell a story as unique as she is. Order a kit for Mom or Dad at Ancestry.com.
I have the stolen vehicle in sight. OnStar, it's safe to slow it down.
Mr. Grantham, this is OnStar. The police have your vehicle.
Thank you so much.
Here's the thing about this game. It doesn't matter who you are, how big or how small. It doesn't matter where you live or where you come from. It's everyone's game.
That is nice, number 40, Joseph! Yeah!
If you want to play, you can play. Your team's waiting at playball.org.
Has an excuse to talk about Joe West. Back here at Wrigley from a rather unusual view. Is that in the scoreboard? I love it. Yeah. We've had fun tonight on Mother's Day, and so has Christian Yelich wearing a microphone for us.
Hola, hola, hola.
Hi, Mom.
So long run, Eddie.
Yeah,
You hungry right now? I'm starving, bro. I didn't even eat any of it.
I started getting that Chipotle in you, and I had me 2 Reese cups.
Oh, man. You're going to be fat when you're done playing, huh? Right on you. Right on you.
3 years, your boy going to be chubby, man. He's so fat.
Chubby?
I just wish they'd have some fun.
Yeah, right?
Gosh, I love it. I just love like getting inside all the conversations we see we never get to hear.
Yasmani Grandal out to left, run down by Kyle Schwarber. Well, tonight's filibuster has to do with Christian Yelich. Buster, take it away.
So, knowing how well the Yelich trade has worked out for the Brewers, I asked the question, which trade would qualify as the best ever player-for-player trade deal in baseball history? The Cardinals add Lou Brock, the Orioles acquire Frank Robinson, the Cubs trade for Ryan Sandberg, or the Brewers get Christian Yelich. We had over 30,000 votes. And Christian Yelich, recency bias,
Yes.
working on behalf of that deal. No question, I would have voted for Frank Robinson. Slam dunk. He got traded to the Orioles 1966. Triple Crown winner, and they win the World Series.
Now you're dating yourself, Buster.
Reminder to check out the Baseball Tonight podcast hosted by Buster Olney every weekday. Listen on the ESPN app or Apple Podcasts. Who's coming up on the pod this week, Buster?
Loaded tomorrow. Christian Yelich, John Lester, Craig Counsell, Tim Kirchin.
Wow.
Not in that order.
That's just tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. We had Trout on the other day.
I know.
Wow.
I saw that.
Star-studded. What are you getting Matt and Jess on?
When I get you with them.
Oh.
That's when everybody else is busy.
I'm on every Friday.
Well, pivoting to another subject, my pick, Buster, would be Babe Ruth.
Oh, yeah? Red Sox.
For trade.
It's out to right center field for Almora, demonstratively making the catch.
Alex, that's a great. Now, I did limit it in the wording there to player for player because I had the Babe Ruth deal in mind.
Copied.
Because that was a cash deal, as you know.
Brock Fabrolio is the one that, you know, for years has been the standard for bad deals. Nothing against Ernie Broglio, but Lou Brock turned into being an okay player. I think we'll all agree.
Indeed. Ricky Henderson, before Ricky Henderson, was Lou Brock. One of the greatest, best base stealers of all time.
Here's Hernan Perez now with 2 gone. Buster, are umpires ever asked to participate in the Baseball Tonight podcast?
I'm trying to remember. I think I have had some umpires, but I tell you what, no question, at some point, I got to get Joe West. Yes?
Oh, that would be a great listen. Cowboy Joe West, especially after a cold game like this one.
Yeah, ask him if he can stay after for 20 minutes. And
Jess, you're going to get in trouble. Like he was going to have me arrested in St. Louis last year. He actually talked to the cops there about faking it because we'd had so many extra inning games.
Well, you can ask him about this because this last week was the 35th anniversary of Joe West ejecting that man Cameraman Al Friedman.
Al, what'd you do, Al?
Ejected from the ballpark during a Braves-Mets game.
Okay, where's the story?
We need the story. I just know that he was run out of there. Get out of here, Al.
Who's like the nicest human being in the world, by the way.
Joe West hates cameramen. That's the only thing that Al Friedman has in common with Madison Bumgarner, by the way.
Now I got to hear that story.
Yeah, I know. We all do. I don't know it.
That was like quite the tease. What could Al have done? Listen on Buster's podcast this week.
Full count pitch to Hernan Perez. Just missed somewhere. And the Brewers have a 2-out base runner. Lots of baseball coming up this week on ESPN. Tomorrow, these Brewers, they're first in a series with the Philadelphia Phillies. They've got Aaron Nola lying in wait. Wednesday, Cardinals and Braves. And then Jess, Buster, Alex, and I will be in D.C. for the Cubs and Nationals a week from tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN.
Kyle Hendricks thrown for the Cubs. I'd like to see another 81-pitch game.
I have the information as Ben Gamble digs in as to why Joe West ejected Al 35 years ago from a Mets-Braves game.
35 years ago.
Al apparently was behind the showing of an instant replay, a controversial play to Mets manager Bobby Valentine. Was Bobby managing the Mets then, Al? Not if no, he was coaching. So Al showed him the play in his camera. Oh. With an exclamation point, the inning comes to a close.
Is that the end of the story?
That's the end of the story.
The catch and then the flip.
Hey, guy. Hi there. Welcome to HIMS.
Should have done it years ago, and I feel like the young stud that I always imagined I was.
Outstanding product. Works above and beyond our expectations.
This has been a life changer, even in just a few weeks.
Featured in GQ, Playboy, and Men's Health. Find out what all the buzz is about. Go to forhims.com/ED and get started for just $5 while supplies last.
We know the adventures of summer will last forever. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, where you can get amazing hot buys on the gear you need in stores and online, like Eclipse hydration packs for only $10, Bass Pro camp chairs for under $10, and save $150 on this Pit Boss pellet grill with free assembly and cover. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
I switched to Liberty Mutual because they let me customize my insurance. And as a fitness junkie, I customize everything, like my bike and my calves.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. What we are witnessing is the return of a super species.
A rival alpha to Godzilla.
This time we join the fight. Good thing he's on our side.
Damn right.
Oh my God. Zilla.
Godzilla, rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX May 31st.
Dos Anjos versus Lee, Saturday on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Is there anything you could describe the atmosphere, compare the atmosphere at Wrigley Field to? It's like a college football game every day.
How about Duke basketball?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. And on a rainy Mother's Day, it's a 4-1 lead for the home side. Yeah, those folks eager to see the Cubs even up their season series with the Brewers. Kyle Schwarber leads things off in the home half of the 8th. It was a 1-run game until the 2-run homer by Chris Bryant in the 7th. Ball and 2 strikes to Schwarber. It's been a long homestand for the Cubs. And like the Brewers, who are currently on the road, the Cubs will hit the road after a day off tomorrow. 3-game series in Cincinnati, followed by a weekend in D.C., and we'll be there on Sunday. Two and 2 to Schwarber.
Inside.
Steve Cishek, sorry Jess, is up in the bullpen for Chicago, and we're assuming it would be he that would get the ball in the 9th.
It's crazy the shifts that we see now just continue to evolve.
Right into the shift.
It's a second baseman making a catch in right field.
ESPN's telecast of Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Those tulips along Michigan Avenue are now frozen shut after this weekend. One gone for David Bodie.
So Pat Murphy, the bench coach for the Brewers, actually coached and managed Craig Counsell at Notre Dame many years ago. At that time, Pat Murphy also tried to recruit me out of Westminster Christian. There he is. And after he saw my SAT score, he said, in second thought, you're not a Notre Dame kind of guy. So I ended up signing with the great University of Miami.
I think it worked out okay.
Yeah, whose name is on the ballpark there, Alex?
You know, Buster, after that, he went to Arizona State, and he's been around a long time. But Counsell told us today, I like him next to me because I trust him. We think completely different, and I actually enjoy and appreciate and welcome the challenge. Even if we disagree, we can still get along because of our old relationship.
2 gone as Bodie strikes out. Pinch hitter will be Mark Zagunis. Milwaukee will have the bottom of their order when they bat in the top of the 9th. Quickly 0-2.
You know, Matt, the last couple of years, it feels like the Brewers are sort of redefining how you find pitching with the way they put their staff together on a daily basis. It's almost like an NFL team with a 2-minute offense going down the field, making audibles, going day to day.
Witnessing by the lack of a starter identified for tomorrow.
You can bring home the ultimate adventure.
Game faces! You brought a baby to a battle? You always have my back, bud.
Now that's a king.
How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. On digital now, on Blu-ray and DVD May 21st.
I know what you're thinking. Electric. It's not for you. And you're probably right. Electric just doesn't have enough range. It will never survive the winter. Charging stations? Good luck finding one of those. So maybe an electric car isn't for you after all. Or is it?
Can you convince my dad to ditch his expensive wireless plan?
Well, right now you can get 4 lines for $100 a month.
Tell him I want unlimited gigs.
No problem.
Mobile hotspot?
Done.
How about this brand new phone?
Free.
I've always liked free.
Ready to switch?
Sure.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
This Mother's Day, show your love with a gift from the Love and Be Loved collection by Kay. A symbol of your inseparable bond. It's where together meets forever. Now save 30% store-wide, exclusively at Kay.
Creating the perfect night just takes a little creativity. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived. Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. Corona Premier.
After the Brewers and Cubs, stick around for SportsCenter with Kenny Mayne and Steve Levy. Tim Legler joins the show to break down Blazers, Nuggets, and Sixers. Raptors, a thriller at the last second, sending the Raptors to the conference final. Plus, how Zion Williamson could restore the Bulls' glory days. And what's behind the record number of home runs in Major League Baseball this season. SportsCenter next, right here on ESPN and the ESPN app. Steve Cishek is the new pitcher on the mound for Chicago, looking to wrap this one up and earn the Cubs a series victory at home against their regional rivals.
A little side armor, sinker, slider through a scoreless 10th inning last night, the 15-inning win.
Eric Thames to the opposite field, sending Schwarber to the track for a quick first out.
And as he had some action.
Time for the Corona Premier moment, and we had our choice of a number of them, but we chose 2 from the same guy. Javi Baez with an RBI opposite field double, adding to his league-leading opposite field hit total, and then Baez with a terrific play to cut down what would have been the tying run in the 4th. On both sides of the scorecard, Javi Baez shining tonight.
Been on base all 4 times. And that really killed the momentum. You felt like the Brewers were going to score there. Made a terrific play to shut the door.
Travis Shaw is the pinch hitter, and Steve Cishek is going to get. Look out! He's going to get 2 pitches on 2 outs.
I don't think Baez could have made it any more clear that he wanted that ball, but I got nervous, guys, because Kyle Schwarber was sprinting in. I thought he was going to blow him up like a running back. Watch Baez use his hands, yell, try to make it clear he wanted that because of the wind, because of the way we've seen Schwarber struggle with a lot of the fly balls tonight. But look at Schwarber coming in. He sees him waving, but he's still, I thought he was going to blow him up.
Jess, you're right. And as a shortstop, you're doing your job by signaling. You can't come in as a left fielder recklessly. Very dangerous. And you're right. I held my breath.
Strike 1 to Lorenzo Cain. Looked like it was good enough for strike 2 to Lorenzo Cain, but it's a ball and a strike to him now. The Cubs an out away from their 12th victory in their last 14 games. A ball and 2 strikes. Chopper to short. Appropriately, it's Baez that wraps up the night. Cubs take 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. They bolster their spot atop the division, and the best winning percentage in the National League just got a little bit better. Coming up next, SportsCenter tomorrow on ESPN. Phillies and Cardinals at 7 Eastern. For Alex Rodriguez, Jessica Mendoza, and Buster Olney. With Kenny Mayne and Steve Levy. Good night, everybody.
All right, Maddie, thank you. And good evening, everyone. We say from the set of SportsCenter on a raw and rainy night, mixed in with some pink on the north side of Chicago. We'll take you to a much warmer image. What took place on the court tonight up in Toronto was spectacular.
Something ridiculous happened up in Toronto. That's the image after. Leonard's the victor on his shot. Embiid goes away. You see the respect. You get the coverage on SportsCenter real soon.
Pringles Wavy, with a big new crunch and totally different flavors. They're not really Pringles. Just like that's not really Daddy.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
New Pringles Wavy. They're not Pringles.
Beautiful, isn't it? Just wait till you get to the register. Introducing new lower prices on produce. Attaboy.
When you pay attention to the little things, big things happen. Horizons expand. You make bigger plans, set higher goals. The new 2019 Ram Heavy Duty, the capability you need, and things you never imagined in a truck this powerful. Every little thing for those who are on to bigger things.
It's Ace's biggest grill event of the year.
The best time to buy a grill from our exclusive lineup of premium brands.
Get free assembly and free delivery on grills $3.99 and up, plus free fuel.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Snapple tastes just like us.
It does. You don't think they're actually...
They could be watching us on hidden camera, deciding which one of us is next.
Nah.
That's silly.
Snapple tastes just like fruit, but Snapple.
This time, it's his turn. You have 4.3 minutes to yourself. This calls for a taste of cheesecake. Philadelphia Cheesecake Cups. Rich, creamy cheesecake with real strawberries. Find them with the refrigerated desserts.
Ryobi, the #1 cordless mower brand. 40 volts of raw lithium force that will outlast your yard on one charge. Surrender nothing but gas. The Ryobi mower, part of the 40-volt system. Now just $279.
Jane, this is Jim from OnStar. I've contacted help, and they're on their way.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm going to stay with you until help arrives.
Thank you.
Dear, it just came out of nowhere.
What do you look for when you trade?
I want free access to research,
Yep, TD Ameritrade's got that.
free access to every platform.
Yeah, that too.
I don't want any trade minimums.
Yeah, I totally agree. They don't have any of those.
I want to know what I'm paying up front.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you just say yes to everything?
Well, I say no to kale. Yeah, they say if you blanch it, it's better, but that seems like a lot of work.
No hidden fees, no platform fees, no trade minimums. And yes, it's all at one low price. TD Ameritrade.
Ready to break through your allergies? People everywhere are reaching for Allegra, the fastest non-drowsy allergy relief. It starts strong and stays strong for 24 hours. Get back to the moment with Allegra.
This is SportsCenter at night.
Sports, here we go. 2 Game 7s, the finish in Toronto. You got to see to believe. And out in a blaze of glory. What made this Game 7 the greatest of all time? What if Zion moved to the house that Jordan built? Williamson could restore the Bulls to their glory days, and a special gift for these moms watching their son's Major League debut. It's all on SportsCenter right away.
Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms. I don't know what we're looking at. Without you guys, the world wouldn't be the same way.
Sometimes you gotta eat a poop sandwich.
And sometimes you don't. We the North, indeed. Final seconds in Toronto. Kawhi Leonard. 1, 2, 3. Bang around and down. Tough look. Gets the shooter's bounce at home. Unbelievable. So will he stay or will he go? Kawhi Leonard for now. They're moving on. And it's all over but the crying for Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Wow. And with that, we say welcome to SportsCenter with Kenny Mayne. I'm Steve Levy. You know, whether you're in the playground or the backyard or in your dreams, no one ever hits the buzzer beater in Game 2. It's always Game 7. And tonight, Kawhi Leonard is living that dream.
Yeah, way to give away the result. He took a whole bunch of shots, but you know what? Shooters shoot. And the good ones have a thing called shooter's touch. He had that to take out the 76ers. Let's go to the third quarter, show you how we came to the end. J.J. Redick, open, light a three, and it's good. Next 76ers possession, Tobias Harris. No one wanted him, he launches a three. They're coming. Few possessions later, it's Ben Simmons. Got all fancy, kick it out. Embiid faked to the rack. He's tall and one. Sixers went on a 16-0 run in the third quarter to take the lead back. Raptors don't go away. Van Fleet misses. Lowry the board. Leonard's open. He's got a jumper, won't go. Lowry another board. Kick it out. Leonard. Recreational. The three is good. Leonard being the first player since 2001 with 30 field goal attempts through 3 quarters in the game. Leonard with 26 headed to the fourth quarter. Lowry missed that shot. Ibaka was huge inside. Missed the tip, but Leonard's open, wide open, the huge shot. And he's hitting shots now late in the game. 5 minutes to go. Leonard over Embiid, and the Raptors lead by 2. Next Raptors possession. Leonard coming down deep. Little floater worked over Ben Simmons. Now game tied at 85. 2 minutes to go. Leonard working off the screen. Looked like a three at first. They said the toe was on the line. The two is good. Yeah, it was on the line. Huge fourth quarter for him. 76ers, 90 seconds to go. Harris double team. Lowry with the rip. Siakam, tough layup. It drops. And the Raptors lead by 4. Now the Raptors lead by 2. Leonard at the line. Misses the throw. And Butler's going the other way quickly. Straight downtown to tie the game. So it's tied up, 4.2 to go. Raptors have it. Here comes the inbounds. Go to Lowry. Look how he gets from the top to the corner. Thank you for my life. It battles and it drops in. It hit 4 times. Finally rolls in. Leonard. Unbelievable fall-away shot. He goes for 41. And the Raptors take out the 76ers on that shot right there. 92-90 is the final. Leonard, it looked like he might take it down inside, straight up the middle. Instead, he found one of his favorite spots. Perfect touch. It rattled a bunch of times. It drops in, and the Raptors come through in Game 7, 92-90. You see the disappointment on Joel Embiid, the celebration for the Raptors. They're moving on. Dave McMenamin was there.
You've been in this league for a while. How special was that moment to see that shot to win the series go through for Kawhi?
Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. You know, that bounce, I don't know, it bounced weird, back and forth. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit of luck.
You guys had so many different types of complexion of the games in this series. In what ways do you feel like the Sixers pushed you as a team?
They're great. You know, they have a heck of talent. You know, they're a special team too. But you know, at the end of the day, only one can advance. So you know, I'm happy it's us.
Kawhi Leonard takes almost 40 shots to get to his 40 points tonight. Well, what did he do to carry you?
He's consistent with it. He keeps going. You know, he gets to the spot that he wants, and he takes the shot. I'm happy.
Looks like it's going in. Looks like it was going in the whole time to me. I thought it was. But just, again, I thought it was, obviously, it's a nice lucky bounce, right? But I thought we were very unlucky for a lot of that game. So it came back to us a little bit balanced out.
So Leonard attempted 39 field goals in this. You saw the game winner. Second most field goal attempts in a Game 7. Elgin Baylor, Seattle U, had 40 shots in 1962 against the Celtics. Leonard had 243 points in the series. That's the third most for a series since the NBA-ABA merger happened way back when. Here's Brett Brown, his thoughts as that ball dropped in.
I really felt when it hit the rim, that it was going to end up going in. It didn't surprise me that it went in. You know, when it hits at that angle and goes kind of straight up, you feel like there is a chance it's actually going to go in. And when it went up, not to pretend like you can forecast anything, it didn't surprise me that it ended up falling in. It did seem like it was up there for a while, but with the way he missed and the bounce of the ball and the fact that it did go straight up and not, you know, go to the right or the left, it's a tough way to lose. I mean, that's a hell of a win. That's a tough shot, and what a tremendous series.
Only been one other shot of its kind. 1989, you remember. The Bulls in Cleveland, the decisive Game 5. Michael Jordan, the jumper over Craig Elo to send the Bulls to the next round. So now it's happened twice. 2 qualifications, buzzer beater in a winner-take-all scenario. Michael there, because that was a Game 5, and here in Game 7, Kawhi. And here's Tim Legler, and, you know, first of all, you were surprised by that statistic that has never happened besides Michael's shot.
Yeah, we talked about it in the green room. I'm like, wait a second, that can't be right. That's really incredible to think how rare it is. And both shots, by the way, contested pretty well.
Right, and the other, so I'm watching it, it's the television angle. When it leaves Kawhi's hand, does not look good to me, and I'm thinking if not air ball, it catches the front of the rim. It hits the iron 4 times, Legs.
And it's so high and so deep, and he's leaning back. When it went that high, I thought this has to hit the front rim. It did, but usually those kick backwards towards you. Now, let's talk about a couple of subtle things on this last play that allow this to happen. The first is you're going to run some token action. Ultimately, though, you want Kawhi Leonard to get the ball, but watch something he does subtly here that allows this to happen. Right there. He steps into Ben Simmons. He stops to let Ben Simmons run into him. What does that do? Now you knock Ben Simmons back on his off balance a little bit. So now when Kawhi Leonard comes out, Ben Simmons can't quite get there. So the first is we got to get the ball in. And if he doesn't stop right there and just run straight out, there's a very good chance Ben Simmons denies him and it goes into some other player that probably doesn't want the ball in that situation. So that's the first thing. Second, next thing, on the catch, he immediately spins out. Why is that important? Because you know he wants to get to his right hand. If he catches this and squares up, I guarantee you Ben Simmons is jumping on his right hand, and you're going to force Kawhi Leonard into this traffic. It's going to be a much more difficult scenario. So the read on his part that he could spin out and get to this angle. Next, you have to focus on Joel Embiid. He comes out and closes. Now, people might wonder, why doesn't he take away this sideline? Because he's 7'1", and he doesn't want to see Kawhi Leonard split this right here and get into the foul line for a jump shot. So that's very good defense to keep him on the sideline. Next, most guys, I think when they see this, are probably going to just go ahead and shoot it right here and shoot a fadeaway from 35 feet. No chance of going in. Turns a corner, and then here's the last thing. Joel Embiid actually jumps right here. Why is that important? Because his momentum now is going down at the same time that Kawhi Leonard is going to plant and start to go up. As a result, Embiid has to reload, and he doesn't get as high. If he just sprints through this and jumps once, he's probably going to block this, tip this, or make it not be able to go in. So I'll show you what I mean. He's in the air, he lands, and that just gives Kawhi Leonard enough time to get in. And then obviously you're going to get 4 bounces on the rim. There's the luck part, but there's a whole lot of skill that went into that prior to getting those bounces on the rim.
It's just remarkable. We will hear from Joel Embiid. You saw how we opened the show tonight. Tremendous raw emotion on display. The tears as he headed into the Sixers locker room. We'll hear from him. We'll hear from Kawhi Leonard, who's normally so soft-spoken. It'll be interesting to see how he addresses this. As soon as those 2 key participants speak, you'll hear that live on SportsCenter. So this will be swept up in the Kawhi shot for a long time. Lost in all of this is the lack of execution by the 76ers offense down the stretch.
Critical time to bog down. I mean, they go 3 consecutive trips without a quality shot with the game on the line. 3 minutes, tie game. This is the first one. You got Embiid spending most of these possessions out at the 3-point line. But on this swing, Jimmy Butler has to understand and be aware how much time's on the clock. When he catches it, that's a 24-second violation. This is the next trip. Run a ball screen. Jimmy Butler probably could have pulled that one. Doesn't want to shoot that one. They finally give it back to him. Great job by Marc Gasol staying with it. You force an air ball again at the shot clock expires. And then this one right here, again, Joel Embiid out on the perimeter. Nothing for him in the block, whether it's through his own will or the design of the play. He stands out on the perimeter, Kyle Lowry, nice job reading that from the weak side, and you get a steal and a breakaway to go up 4. Those are 3 straight trips, Steve. It's not like those are spread out over the fourth quarter. This is game on the line, execute to get something quality, and they don't do it on 3 consecutive trips. And Toronto gets 2 buckets in those 3 trips. And to me, that was the critical time that you get separation. Now, Philly ended up tying it, give them credit, but you allowed enough time on the clock at the end for Kawhi Leonard to have one more shot at it, and fitting, because this was one of the best series I've seen any player play offensively. I mean, any series, any round, any year, you name it, this is as good as you can play.
Wow. So Brett Brown's future will be brought into the conversation very soon, maybe tomorrow. And Kawhi Leonard's future, right? We've been talking about Kawhi Leonard's future. Now he is entrenched in the Toronto Raptor lore forever now. I wonder if that makes him stick around, maybe, and stay in Toronto.
Biggest shot in the history of the franchise. Would that be something if he ended up leaving after that?
Right?
How are they going to let him leave town?
Can't go now.
Shut down the border. Don't let him get out of the country.
Take his passport away or something. Tim Legler, we'll have much more, obviously, on this stunning game. You know, before this game, the other Game 7 was really good, too, but now it just sort of pales in comparison as we take you to the Western Series. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, they have the home court advantage against Damian Lillard and the Blazers. Nuggets would start hot. Jamal Murray makes the layup. Nuggets were up 12. Murray to Jokic. I got Greasy texting me. We're up 17. We're up 17. Then the largest comeback in a Game 7 over the last 20 postseasons was in the 2000 Western Conference Finals. Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal led the Lakers back from a 16-point deficit to defeat the Blazers. That was also the last time the Blazers reached the Western Conference Finals. So keep that in mind. To the third we go. C.J. McCollum. What a stud he has been this postseason. Leading the Blazers back. Throws down and stays up. Blazers chipping away. Less than a minute remaining in the third. McCollum spins by Gary Harris. Watch it again. Unbelievable runner. Bucket gives the Blazers the lead. Here in the fourth, Jokic, the block on Lillard. Jokic fires it ahead to Murray. Watch McCollum behind the play. Murray tries laying it in, denied by McCollum. Unbelievable effort. Blazers maintain their 4-point advantage. Blazers up 5. McCollum the drive. He was unconscious down the stretch, fading away. Murray to Jokic. Floater. Jokic at 29 and 13. Blazers come down. McCollum with the ball in his hands, weaves his way and hits again. The Blazers back up 3. You're looking for Dame, and all you get is McCollum. Less than 40 seconds remaining. Murray, the mid-range jumper. 1-point game. Shot clock winding down. McCollum puts it on the floor. Another one goes. McCollum taking over. 37 points. Here he is, and Terry Stotts on that clutch performance.
Down the stretch, I just told Coach, flatten it out. I mean, he can't check me. And I'll get us a bucket, or at least get us a good shot, and that's what happened.
He wanted the ball, and you know he has the ability to make things happen with it. But you know, obviously went to him down the stretch, and he made some big plays.
Yeah, made a few big plays. Nuggets inbounding. Harris tosses it down low to Jokic. Fouled by Seth Curry. First free throw. No! Front iron. No 4 bounces and in there. Jokic would make the second. Less than 10 seconds left. Jokic, the 3. Everything does go through him on the offense. No good. And it's no good for the Nuggets. The Blazers pull off the largest comeback in a Game 7 over the last 20 postseasons. And Portland returns to the Western Conference Final after beating Denver 100-96, the rare Game 7 win by the visiting team. What a night for C.J. McCollum. 30 points and didn't turn it over a single time. The only other players to do that in the playoffs since turnovers were first tracked back in 77-78 are a couple of brand names, Michael and our own Chauncey Billups. And this did it in consecutive games. That's a hot streak. Everybody talking about CJ.
This is arguably the biggest win that we've had in the franchise for a long time. And to be a part of it, to do it the way we did, I'm thrilled. I'm really happy for our guys.
Everybody's invested in what we've created. And
I think when we come out on top in a game like this, in a tough series like this, you see it in everybody's celebration. You know, everybody's excited because we all play a part in it.
I'm not going to allow this Game 7 loss to take away from a magical year. And it doesn't feel that way right now, but when I reflect and when our players reflect on what we were able to accomplish, hell of a year. Couldn't ask for anything more from our guys.
Jokic took the heat for this one afterwards. They missed a lot of free throws and a lot of threes, the Nuggets
I
did.
like that plus 375 over there.
So moving on to out west, Westgate Las Vegas Superbook. Kenny's on the Blazers. That's the series price to beat the Warriors. So $1 gets you $3.75, right? If you do the math that way.
$4.75 total back.
And you see, and the Bucks, you see, are a slight favorite over the Raptors.
You know, it was a Canadian who invented the game of basketball, but I'm not sure he envisioned the skills of this guy, Kawhi Leonard. Look at that shot, down crouch and hoping it dropped, and it did. He's getting treatment, but he'll come out and talk. So will all the other principals. Full coverage from the Game 7 final up there in Toronto. And going on and gone and gone and gone. The reason for the record number of homers coming soon on this SportsCenter.
To create the ultimate all-around mowing experience, don't change one thing, push everything. Maximize muscle without wasting an ounce. Optimize comfort at your top speed. And obsess over performance until the cut is best in class. Find the Ultima for you and receive $100 off for a limited time.
Try before you buy with Prime Wardrobe.
Plants capture CO2. What if other kinds of plants captured it too? If these industrial plants had technology that captured carbon like trees, we could help lower emissions. Carbon capture is important technology, and experts agree. That's why we're working on ways to improve it, so plants can be a little more like plants.
The King's turning up the heat and bringing the spice with these spicy nuggets, filled with juicy white meat and priced at $10 for $1.49. A deal so hot you can taste it. 10 spicy or original nuggets for $1.49. Only at Burger King.
Bon boy.
Bon boy.
That's just too good. Brilliant from
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards, reimagined.
Don't get mad. Get E-Trade, dog.
I comparison shop for everything.
Big stuff, little stuff, floaty stuff, everything.
I even comparison shop loans. Right here. A lot of people forget to do that. They just go to their bank. But going to Lending Tree is like going to hundreds of banks. It's so easy. I shopped and compared for these noodles and saved $2. Booyah! I shopped and compared for my mortgage and saved $20,000. Booyah! Lending Tree made the best loan win.
Hey, I'm Zach, CEO of Roman. Some health issues are tough to talk about. With Roman, you can go online, Chat with a physician, and if treatment is right for you, we'll ship FDA-approved medication right to your door. Roman, let's take care of it.
Don't look good.
Yeah, it looks like it's both. Just what I don't need.
This is what you do need. Complete the application within minutes, and if approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow. Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy, Rewards Reimagined, and Cub Cadet. Step up to the ultimate all-around mowing experience.
Here now, Canada's new favorite son, Kawhi Leonard, live on SportsCenter.
From when you caught the ball and you're maybe looking for a spot to get the shot off, and then you released it high. I assumed to get the ball over Embiid, but maybe give it a softer bounce on the rim. I don't know. Can you just take us through your thinking on that final play?
We ran a similar play during the Magic series, and I ended up just shooting the ball, and it's probably about like 3 seconds. So I just remember that moment and knowing that I had time to at least pump fake or take a dribble. So, he drew up the play again tonight, and it was 4 seconds left, and I believe that, like I said, remembering that moment, I knew I had some time to try to get some space rather than just catch and shoot the ball. But I ended up catching it and just trying to get to a space so I could get the shot off. Like you said, and B was guarding me. He's taller, longer than me. So, end up finding a spot that I, that I work on. I ended up getting to a spot. And I just knew I had to shoot it high. A couple possessions before that, I had the same kind of shot from three. It ended up coming short. And, I just thought I had to put it up even higher than that and end up getting a soft touch and going in.
Down front and to your left. Second.
Hi, I'm Mike Bond from USA Today. 39 field goal attempts tonight. Can you just talk about your mentality coming in here and, just putting up that many shots?
I knew it was Game 7, and I didn't want to leave no shots in my mind. I just wanted to go out and leave it all on the floor. This could have been my last game for the season, and I would have had to wait 4 months to put another shot up in a game. So I was gonna leave it all out on the floor tonight and not worry about makes or misses, and still just try to will us to a win or just get to my spots.
I'm gonna go to Dave, who's standing up and to your right, Kawhi.
Kawhi, David Quinneman, ESPN. After the way things ended for you last season in San Antonio, how satisfying has this postseason run been playing for the Raptors?
It's been great, but, after the regular season was over, I was pretty much proud of myself and, what I had accomplished throughout the regular season. And obviously going into the playoffs, everybody's ready to play. This team is, hungry to reach a goal that we've been striving for all year. And, just being able to, what I, went through last year with the injury and, just believing in myself and knowing what I'm feeling, just taking my time and, I was able to, get healthy and, feel right. Me was feeling good and, I was able to play at the start of the season.
We're going to go to Michael Grange, who's in the back and to your right.
Kawhi, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. When you hit that shot and it's kind of bouncing on the rim and then it goes down, you just get swarmed by your teammates. I mean, what was that experience like, just making it in front of your own bench and being able to share it with those guys?
It was great. That's something I never experienced before. Game 7, game-winning shot. So it was, a blessing to just be able to, get to that point and make that shot and feel that moment. And it's something, I could look back on in my career.
We'll go to Bruce, who's in the middle there.
Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star, right down the middle here, Kawhi. On a night, that was, by the way, that was the first buzzer-beating Game 7 winner in NBA history, so no one had ever felt that before. All night, this was a game where a lot of people struggled with shots. You had shots that you've been very comfortable taking all season that just didn't go. What was it about this game that made it difficult from beginning pretty much to the end?
Sixers was a great team, very talented. Just Game 7, we're playing against a team like that, a team like us. No one wants to lose, and everything's on the line, and you don't want to make no defensive mistakes to give the opponent an opportunity to score an easy look. And I just feel like both teams played that way on both ends of the floor. And unfortunately, we ended up winning this game, shooting 38%. And, it was a grind. Like you said, guys that make good shots, wide open shots early. And we just kept fighting. We kept swinging, kept shooting. And eventually in the fourth quarter, we knocked some down. They were big.
We'll go to Greg, who's standing up at the back.
Kawhi, I don't think many people around here have seen that kind of emotion out of you at any time throughout this season. I'm sure you've had moments like that, but can you just talk about what that release was like? What it felt like and what you're feeling right now.
Pretty much. I'm a guy that acts like I've been there before. So probably the last time you probably see me scream is like when we won. So whenever it's like a moment where I haven't really experienced, I'll probably try to give some emotion, show some emotion, and let it just come out. So, tonight was one of those nights. I've never been in that situation before, and like he said, it's the first shot somebody hit a game winner in Game 7. So I just showed emotion, and it was great. It was a great feeling. I'm just happy that we can move on to the next round.
We'll go to Sirat, who's standing up and to your right as well.
Sirat Sohi, Yahoo Sports. Was there any extra bit of gratification in hitting that shot after missing that free throw?
Definitely. I was very mad. I tried to race down and get a rebound. Probably should have sprinted back to give some help on that layup Jimmy made. But after that, I was just like, whatever play he drove up, I'm about to get to my spot and shoot it with confidence. And, things happen for a reason, I guess, and went down.
Last couple questions. Standing up at the back to your left, Kawhi.
Kawhi, Zarita from EBC Sports Philippines. Can you just touch on what it's like playing in an environment like the Toronto fan base?
It was great. We needed them tonight. When we got leads, they screamed defense. We're screaming the whole time. It was amazing. When guys are shooting free throws, they're screaming the loudest they can. It was a fun experience, They've been great all year. We needed them, man. That's what we fought for all year, is getting that Game 7, at home, if we get to that point. And, tonight they were big for us.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Kawhi Leonard kind of had the demeanor of someone who just finished 2 hours of hot yoga. But how else would he know how to feel? It's never happened before. No one's ever done this before, which we were all surprised by. And people forget, it wasn't that long ago, the turmoil coming out of San Antonio, the injury, comes up there, hits the shot. Pretty impressive.
The turmoil was people thought he may quit on Pop and the Spurs and coming over to Toronto, but he's such an unassuming, soft-spoken, top NBA superstar. Those expressions, they don't usually go together. It's amazing to watch.
We needed another word other than chill. He's that, and he hit the shot, and they're moving on. We touched on this earlier in the highlight, his ridiculous series, the third highest total in a single playoff round since the merger of the ABA and the NBA way back when. The king, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, at the top at 260. Then there's Michael Jordan, Kawhi Leonard sitting third, another pretty good name, LeBron James right behind them.
So we have heard now from the hero, Kawhi. How about the man he shot it over? Joel Embiid is stepping into the microphone along with Jimmy Butler. We'll put the brakes on the commercial. Live coverage now on SportsCenter.
Jimmy, right here down to your left, Mike Bond of USA Today. Can both of you guys just describe that final sequence and what it's like kind of standing there looking up at the ball bouncing off the rim and then seeing it go down?
He hit a tough one. You know, you tip your hat to that, man. He's an incredible player. We know it. Y'all know it. Ain't too much more you can say about it.
Joel, back here, Joseph Cacharo, the score. I know you were emotional after the game, and it looked like Mark had some words of encouragement for you. I don't know if you want to share what those words were, but just how important was that for you to have a veteran big man take you aside like that?
Mark has a lot of class. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for him, and you know, I won't share anything, but he was just talking to me, making sure to let me know that I'll be right there at this. I'll be right there at this moment and further in my career. But you know, yes, I have a lot of respect for him, and he's a great guy.
Joel, Yaron Whitesman, Bleacher Report, to your right. You were showing a lot of emotion there. Just able to take us through what you were thinking and what was going through your mind?
I can't hear.
You were showing a lot of emotion there. Are you able to take us through what you were thinking, what was going through your mind in that moment after the game?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Game 7, losing the game that way. You know, last shot. After a hard-fought game, I feel like we had a chance. You know, a lot of things go through your mind, and it sucks. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just sucks.
Joel, I'm just back here. Can you tell me, are there any lessons that you can take away from this series? Is there anything that you can move forward? You're a young player. I'm sure people think you'll be back here many times. What are some of the lessons that you would take away from this series?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't know. No, we fought hard. Everybody gave everything they had. You know, we could have made some more shots, but it's basketball. Sometimes it's gonna fall, sometimes not. You know, I felt like, you know, everybody left everything on the court. You know, from the coaches to the players to the guys in the locker room. Feel like everybody had us prepared and we gave everything.
For both of you guys, Dave McMenamin, ESPN, how formidable of an opponent was Kawhi Leonard in particular, and what was it like game planning for him as this thing went out, and what level, or how could you describe, I guess, your respect for the shot and what he did this series?
Go ahead. I don't even know what formidable means. Great player, obviously. No, he did his thing. Got to give him credit. You know, he made some tough shots the whole series. They leaned on him heavily, and you know, don't know. But he's a great player.
Jimmy Sopan-Deb with the New York Times, right over here. You are a free agent. You have a big decision coming up. Can you assess your time in Philadelphia and reflect on what your half season or however long it was like here?
I'm not worried about none of that right now. I just got through losing. I don't want to talk about nothing else except for basketball.
Jimmy, Michael Lee, straight ahead. After you made the layup, just what were emotions about maybe extending this game, going to overtime, and then was anything said in the locker room? Did you guys try to maybe get guys to maybe kind of let the emotions flow, or what was the mood like in the locker room?
I say the same thing, and that's just to to keep your head high. You know, we had a hell of a season. Man, it's tough. Nobody likes to lose. Not that way at that. But they did their job. Like, they played a great game in basketball. They executed. I felt like we did as well. We just came up short in the end. That's all you can say about it. But I think all year long, we did a good job of sticking together through the good and through the bad. It was definitely a fun run.
Joel?
You've been here for almost all of the process. Where would you say the process is right now? And you just played the most minutes you've ever played in regulation. Are you tired?
I don't give a damn about the process. And no, I'm not tired.
Jimmy, I just wanted to ask you about Joel and Ben. You stepped into this team halfway through the year, and these two younger players were leading that team. Just your impressions on Joel and Ben and what they are as young players in this league, especially after going to war in a series like that.
You know, with those two young guys, they have so much potential to be great. And the best thing about them is they want their teammates to be just as great as they are. They're constantly working, and they're constantly studying on how they can be better to help other guys be better. And those are the type of cornerstones you want in an organization. They compete, they hate to lose, and they bring it every single day, man. I have nothing but good things to say about both of them. And obviously, I know they're going to continue to get better. They're going to go down in history, and they're going to do some special things in this league.
Yeah, as you can see on their face and their answers, no easy chore coming out there after a loss like that. They did as well as they could. And right after you lose, then everyone's looking at what happens next. So Jimmy Butler expected to decline his player option. You saw him sort of defer on that. Tobias Harris, J.J. Redick reaching unrestricted free agency. Joel Embiid, he signed long-term. Ben Simmons now eligible for a rookie extension. And now get this, the Sixers could actually earn the top pick in the draft if the Kings, who have just a 1% chance to win Tuesday's lottery, do so. But then who knew what the percentage chances of that ball going in at the end?
Very fair. So this afternoon, we thought the Blazers-Nuggets game was like a great Game 7. And then we got a load of the Raptors and Sixers. Complete highlights, reaction analysis. Tim Legler on the way again.
I'm going to start with some balayage clip-ins, then razor cut up to a blunt angled lob. I'm retiring. You're my swan song.
What?
He's going to slap some clips in your hair, give you a bob, and then he's going to move to Boca Raton. But you're going to look amazing.
Okay. There are multiples on the table. One is cash, 3 are FHA, 1 is VA. So what can you do?
She's saying a whole lot of people want to buy this house. But you got this. It can be as simple as push-button Get Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes you drive safely. But Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast and brake too hard. With feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Run with us on a John Deere Z500 series mower, built to mow better, faster. Because sometimes when you take a look around, you notice your grass is long, your time is short, and there's no turning back. Nothing runs like a Deere. Run with us. Visit your John Deere dealer today to test drive a Z500 or Z700 series Z-Track mower.
Looks good. Yep. Straight from the farm and straight to your burrito.
You've taught me how to cut a green pepper. I never knew how to do it before.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I could help.
This is your final push. Let's go, Peloton. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job today, guys.
A killer workout right at home. Just one part of the best cardio machine on the planet, Peloton.
Hey, Guy. Welcome to HIMS.
Should have done it years ago, and I feel like the young stud that I always imagined I was.
Outstanding product. Works above and beyond our expectations.
Go to forhims.com/ED and get started for just $5.
Wireless for $15 a month. That's not right.
It's right, all right. Now, finger dipping?
That's not right.
Kind of like your wireless bill. Get Mint Mobile for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com.
Hey, I'm Zach, CEO of Roman. Some health issues are tough to talk about. With Roman, you can go online, chat with a physician, and if treatment is right for you, we'll ship FDA-approved medication right to your door. Roman, let's take care of it.
The following plays set the standard by which all plays shall be measured. Nats and Dodgers. Corey Seager's your batter. That pitch is redacted. Second career grand slam for him, but we're done with him. Look at this fan. It's not quite as good as the umpire catching a ball in his pants from the other night. But pretty solid. Still more from that game coming later.
The old ball in the hat trick. At 9, World Championships, USA, France. It's Colin White, who plays for the Senators. Gets the rebound through his legs and scores while falling down. Colin White, sort of five-holed himself. Great concentration. The U.S. wins 7-1.
You saw this on Sunday Night Baseball, didn't you? Brewers and Cubs, little bunt here. Yolisha Seen going to make the play, diving, and then zinging it over there. Got himself a double play. It's endorsed by Fred McGriff. Cubs won it by a count of 4-1 in the rain.
At number 7, the Braves and Diamondbacks. Bases juiced in the 7th. Wilmer Flores in the right. Nick Markakis coming on. Well, I look like Ron Swoboda there for a second. Dan Winkler appreciates it. People say, who's Ron Swoboda?
All sorts of lacrosse later here. We got Maryland and Towson. Maryland's Jared Bernhardt jumper from the goalie, bangs it on in. Maryland wins an OT, back with the top 5 in a mere 6 seconds.
$782? That's a great deal. Liberty Mutual? That's a great company.
Right on time for number 5, the Blazers Nuggets game 7. Jamal Murray on the break. Blocked by C.J. McCollum. He did everything on both ends of the floor. Blazers win. They advance to the Western Conference Final against Golden State.
Until that Kawhi Leonard shot, Gordon Beckham thought he had a chance to go even higher here. Look at this barehanded play. Now, that's like a 4. It is. It deserves it. Replay times 2. Tigers win it by a score of 5-3.
Hyunjin Ryu throwing a no-hitter in the 6th. Steven Strasburg lines it in the right. Cody Bellinger throws him out at first. Embarrassing.
Good ball.
Not for Bellinger, makes a great play.
Women's lacrosse. Florida and North Carolina. UNC Scotty Rose grounding, picking up the loose one, and then fancy behind the back. UNC wins it 15-11. Moving on to play Virginia next in the semifinals.
Number 1, high school golf. What'd you think it was going to be? Final 4 seconds. Kawhi Leonard, super contested by Joel Embiid in the corner. That's the money ball. Bounced on the rim 4 times and in. That's how the Raptors win Game 7 and advance. An all-time shot in any language. Turn it up and rip the knob off.
11.
De Butler y ahí está Kawhi Leonard, lo van a buscar entre dos, tiene tiempo, a ver, se levanta, no, sí, triple, triple, fantástico, se agarran la cabeza, se abrazan, festejan, gritan y cantan los de Toronto, merecido con esa conversión.
梁纳德出来接球，梁纳德2秒，罩住，梁纳德后摇。哦，哎呀，对了，说对了，时间跟费城开了一个小小的玩笑，颠了2下，梁纳德成为了这场比赛的英雄。哇，梁纳德机器啊！太不容易了，梁纳德。
Cierre de infarto, señoras y señores.
Y va hacia Kawhi. Va Kawhi por el triunfo. Ahí viene el tiro. ¡Cayó! En el tercer bote de la suerte.
El gran disparo. Azuquita. 아수키타!
가솔 레너드에게 시간 떨어집니다. 3초, 2초, 1초, 레너드! 들어! 와! 카와이 레너드! 와! 믿을 수가 없습니다. 들어갔어요. 들어갑니다.
Gasol. A Kawhi. Une seconde. Kawhi. Incroyable! Incroyable! Oui, papa! Oui, papa! Oui, papa! Est-ce qu'on vient de voir ça?
Quel tir de Kawhi Leonard!
In any language, it's Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the Canadian language was pretty solid, too, the original. That's like English with a little accent.
Right.
This is good. This is the emotion. Go on Twitter. You got to see this thing. Embiid and Kawhi Leonard crouching down. It's like me waiting for a hard 8 to come. It's pretty amazing. That, too, and the respect between those two was pretty good. SportsCenter carries on.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.
Choose Mobil 1 Synthetic instead. It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
Really?
Seriously. It keeps engines in excellent condition for over 250,000 miles.
You expect me to believe a paid spokesman?
Well, how about an unpaid spokesman?
Not getting paid for this?
You are.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
The King's turning up the heat and bringing the spice with these spicy nuggets. Filled with juicy white meat and priced at 10 for $1.49. A deal so hot you can taste it. 10 spicy or original nuggets for $1.49. Only at Burger King.
Bon boy.
Discover the new language of travel.
Bonvoy.
Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Don't get mad. Put those years to work with D-Trade.
At Safe Flight Auto Glass, we know sooner or later, every chip will crack. This daughter was home visiting when mom saw a chip in her windshield.
Honey, is that a chip?
They wanted it fixed fast, so they brought it to us.
Hi.
With our in-shop chip repair service, we can fix it the same day, guaranteed. Plus, with most insurance, a Safe Flight chip repair is no cost to you.
Drive safely. All right.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, former champion Rafael dos Anjos takes on the Motown phenom Kevin Lee. Two welterweights go head-to-head with their sights set on a title shot. Saturday is UFC Fight Night. Dos Anjos versus Lee. Saturday at 8 on ESPN Plus.
Give it up for the big hurt Frank Thomas. Congratulations, Frank.
Hey, Andy, Doug, you guys look great.
Hey, I feel great too. Ever since you told me about Nugenix Total T, I feel stronger and I'm crushing my workouts.
Thanks to Nugenix, I got more energy, more stamina, feeling years younger. It's awesome.
Nugenix Total T gets you back on top of your game.
From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product and product of the year, new Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text SHINE to 369-369.
I like the competitive edge Nugenix gives me.
Hey, me too. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T, and she'll like it too.
Text SHINE to 369-369 now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Samples are not available in stores, so text SHINE to 369-369 now.
SportsCenter, brought to you by TGI Fridays. Get all-you-can-eat shrimp with our new whiskey glazed entrees.
Monday Night Baseball for you tomorrow night. Aaron Nola will be on will toe the slab for the Phils. Bryce Harper in Philadelphia. Christian Yelich and the Brewers. Getting a look at the Brew Crew. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, SportsCenter to follow. We exhale a little bit from the NBA. There's a break in the NBA playoffs. The conference finals, the West, start on Tuesday here on ESPN.
And you'll be on In the Crease, ESPN Plus. Sign up now. Another SportsCenter coming. It was not a generic night.
The brand new ESPN app. Now with ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
This is SportsCenter at night.
Straight ahead, Game 7 heaven. They got Kawhi for this very moment. Every conceivable angle of one of the greatest shots in playoff history. Blazing a trail through Denver. Why our Tim Legler says CJ McCollum delivered the best Game 7 road performance in playoff history. Plus, on their day, moms watch their sons and daughters sign across the sports world.
Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms. I don't know what we're looking at. Without you guys, the world wouldn't be the same way.
Sometimes you gotta eat a poop sandwich.
For any of you having a late night snack, apologize. Should have told you that was coming. For once on a Sunday evening, the oohs and ahs on a television screen weren't coming from Game of Thrones, but instead Game 7 in Toronto that might culminated with, as I said, one of the greatest baskets in NBA playoff history.
Yeah, and unlike the way Cersei went out, this game was anything but disappointing. Let's go north to the 6. Winner take all. Sixers, Raptors. Whoever wins goes on to face the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Kawhi, Joel, we skip to the fourth quarter because this is where the juicy stuff is. Kawhi over to Kyle Lowry, but then the tip in. No, all the way back out, and guess who it goes back to? Kawhi. He had 26 at that point. That was another 3, and he was just starting to cook up on the Sixers. The pull-up over Embiid. Give it to him. Raptors up by 2. Now he's got Simmons on him. Too much sauce. And 1. Game tied here at 85. Kawhi, he was a one-man wrecking crew throughout this entire series. He put the Raptors, he put the city of Toronto, he put the entire country of Canada on his back in this series against Philly. But the Sixers would not go down easily. How about that heads-up play by Lowry over to Siakam for the layup? It's a 4-point advantage with 1:14 to go. 2-point advantage here. Kawhi, one of the few mistakes he made, short arms that free throw, so the Sixers have a chance. Butler can't be stopped all the way to the rim to tie it with 4.2